Eclipse is a integrated development environment that is available if you go on your desktop in the Linux machines in the lab. You can go under programming and you'll find Eclipse there. It takes a moment to open up, but Eclipse, it's an integrated development environment. It allows you to program in Java. You can download a free version on your Mac or your Windows machine. So when I opened it up, it asked me for defining a workspace. That basically is where it's going to save its files. So let me choose a workspace. I will go directly under here. And remember this. Okay, so remember this folder where you're working at, because if you want to find the files, this is one way of directly going to them and finding them. Alright, I can save this or start this, and it's basically loading the entire system. It is a tool for creating classes, for editing and compiling and running Java code. It also has some fabulous tools for debugging. In this session, I'm just going to show you how to get started on a simple project and create a class and edit that class. Alright, so I'm going to do Java development, so I will click on the one that is for Java development. Oh, I do not actually want to do a tutorial though. I just want to go straight to the workbench for Java development. And I want to create, I'll start by creating a brand new project. Anything that you do has to be going inside of a project, and you can have multiple projects going on at the same time. So this is going to be a Java project, and I'm creating one from scratch, and let's call it example. Alright, Java project. So the project name, I will call it example. Notice that you can choose your JRE environment, and remember that we are working in 1.7, and good, everything here looks fine. So do make sure that you're working in the appropriate environments. Next. And I will just use the default settings. So this is basically stating this is where my source files or my .java files are going to go, and this here is where my .class files are going to go. And you can change this if you wish. And yes, I want to open the Java perspective. And here we go. So this here is a browser. I get a browser. The center window is an editing window. This bottom window here is similar to your console. And then tasks and outlines are sitting on the right that you can use if you wish. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm just going to create a class. And I'll ask for a name. It asks for a name for the class. And I'm just going to call this example. That is going to be the name. You can specify a package here. I'm not going to do so right now, and as you can see, it will by default. It will go into the default package. Alright, so the class is automatically created for me with the right name, which means I don't have to worry about typos or anything. And I can simply start typing. So if I want to create an instance variable, private, let's say int. Notice that it's already showing me that I've got an error. So what happens here with this little twiddly line is that it is indicating that it's an error. And it's giving some suggestions on how to fix it. But I'm just not done yet here. So private int variable 1 is equal to 7. And I get a little twiddly line here. And I can again hover over this. And it basically says insert this. A semicolon. And now all errors are gone. I can create a constructor, and I'm in here set var1 is equal to pen, for example. So as I'm typing, compiling is happening. If I want to be able to run this, I just need public static void main string. And also when you started the class, you could have asked it to include this for you automatically. Let's just create a class example E is equal to a new example, and system.out.println, let's just print e.var1. And Control S, I can just save this file now. So I've created this as a class, and now I might want to run it. One way to do this, and there's so many different ways of doing exactly the same thing, but if I right click on the class, one of the options is run as a Java application. And it just ran it, and this was the result of when printing it. So this is where I'm getting my console, and I can have some other information here as well. But this is a basic introduction on creating these classes, creating a class in here, and to start coding.